So, first of all, Clay, congratulations on one of the top 3 football games I've ever watched in my life. Now, let me ask you, Clay, when you're on the sidelines as a coach, screaming at the officials, do you understand, are you sitting there thinking, good God, this is wildly entertaining? Like, in the moment, did you realize how glorious this was?
Colin, I've been doing it over 20 years, and that was the most fun I've had in my career with that group of kids and those coaches and that atmosphere. It doesn't get any better than that.
Tell the story about Sam Darnold. I watched this first practice. You were at that practice, although at the time you weren't the head coach. Can you tell the story about finding Sam Darnold, the recruiting of it, because it's kind of growing in mythology here. When did you first see him?
Well, he was a kid that had grown up being a USC Trojan fan. I mean, coming to all the football games. Grandfather had played basketball at USC, and we had a young man that had been committed to us. And Sam was like, Coach, as long as there's an opportunity to be a Trojan, I want to come show you what I can do. He came out to our summer camp and absolutely put on a show, and he was so talented that, thank goodness, Coach Sarkisian said, you know what, Clay, we're going to take 2 this year. And so we ended up taking Sam. Came back. He did not play his junior year of high school, so not a lot of people knew about him. We go out and see him in the fall, and you only get that one fall evaluation, and had the opportunity to go out there and watch him. And then, you would think a young kid would be a little bit nervous, and you go out there and watch him. A USC quarterback coach is sitting there watching him. And in the first half, he goes 13 of 13 for 5 touchdowns. And you're like, yep, that's our guy.
So let me ask you, are you looking at the season? Is there any regret that you didn't start him in week 1? Because you may have been in the playoffs. If, people now, guys like me, can say, why didn't you start in week 1? Any regrets?
No, you have to make full speed decisions in this business. And when we had Max Brown being a redshirt junior, having seen him play in ball games, knowing his efficiency, the pieces of the puzzle he had around him, we really thought we could be successful. And we just had not seen Sam in a live ball game and how he would react in the college atmosphere. So, after 3 games, we're 1-2. We had the opportunity to see Sam in each one of those games and how he performed. And he made another full speed decision, one that we thought was for the betterment of the team. I wish we would have been 3-0, but we were 1-2, struggling to move the football, and we were hoping that Sam would create that spark, and obviously he did.
Clay Helton, last night they beat Penn State 52-49, finished the year 10-3 on a 9-game winning streak. So when you look at USC right now, and you look at the sport, and now Sam Darnold, everybody in the world's talking about him. He could leave after next year. Are you concerned that the way the media and social media works is that it's going to be all Sam Darnold from this point forward? And, you don't want your quarterback to be a celebrity in college or the pros. Are you worried about now some of that he is going to be a cover guy on Sports Illustrated this point forward?
Well, with this kid, no, I'll be honest with you, and the pieces of the puzzle that he's going to have around him. When you talk about USC, you have so many stars that are within the program and so many talented individuals that, they all blend together. The thing that I've been most proud of in this group is they played as a brotherhood. They played as a family. They truly played as a team. And really, Sam led that charge. He does not like just being shown as an individual. He likes being shown as a team. And he's led that as a very young person. Very, as you've seen it, very mild-mannered, very composed, very mature for his age. And he's just a blue-collar individual that wants to help his brothers. And I don't ever see him changing. He even said that on TV last night. He's never going to change.
Does this help recruiting? Or do bowl games matter for that stuff? Because I thought Penn State put on quite a show. If I was a kid and I lived in the Northeast, I'd want to go to Penn State. I thought they were impressive.
I tell you what, 2 really first-class programs. I'll be honest with you. I was so impressed with Penn State and what Coach Franklin has done, their fan base, what we've been able to get accomplished this season. Our fans were crazy last night. Just electricity in that arena last night was totally awesome to be a part of. It was great for college football, and I think it helped both programs in recruiting. I think you could see the progress of where these programs have been maybe 4 or 5 years ago and where they are now. You're talking about being at an elite level yet again, and I'm proud for both universities.
Did you sleep last night?
No, did not. adrenaline's still running, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, there's no way I could have slept. I sat there with my stepson. We were just laughing. We were just watching. We were like, we looked at each other and went, I think it's the best football game I've ever seen. I mean, so you have not slept in a day and a half, 2 days?
It's been about that, yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to encourage you tonight to try to get a couple hours.
I definitely will. Definitely will.
Clay, good luck to you.
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Clay Helton.